Alright, so them say a piece of wire is 61 centimeter long, is bent to form a sector as shown in the diagram below. Use the sector of the triangle OPQ as a center O and a radius of 18 centimeter. Show the value of x is approximately 80 degrees. So basically, we could just start back. When you have the proof, guys, start from what them give you, right? What did they give us? They gave us that the entire thing is 61, right? So we could reason it out. If this is one radius, that means that this is going to be 18 as well. Agree? Because remember, is the wire they bend to form the sector. So that means if we get that piece here, we just need to figure out 18 plus 18 and subtract it. So that's 61 minus 36. So you want 4 more if you make 40. 4 plus 20 plus 1. So 25. Alright, so this should be 25. That's what you guys got to tell me now, guys. I got a little bit. I'm tired, I'm brain tired, Alright, so we know said this at 25 now, right? Because this, when I add this 18 and 18, 36. And the 25, you get back the length wire. Alright, cool. So establish that. So the angle here now, we can use the length of an arc formula and get it, because once we figure out this piece here, we can use length of an arc, right? Which is the angle over 360 times 2 pi r. That's all. That's all we get here. The angle. Alright. We can actually find the area for we could find the length of the entire something, but it no matter. I could do it. So we know that when an angle over 360, did they tell us what to use as pi? No, they didn't. That means we can use anything. We could use
Yes,
3.
sir. Then say 80. I think
22 over
80.
7.
All right. Why do have to be so difficult? That I add again. Normally them get easier way. So 22 over 7. We never see that. 22 over 7. We know what the radius is, right? The radius of 18. Yeah. And that give it 25. That's how they get the 25, The angle over 360, which is the entire circle, times 22 over 7 times 2. So all we have to do, transpose. So we want to find this. So we have 25 times 360. Because we are times, you are going to divide, and we are divide, you are going to times. 360, 7 as well. It's 7. Alright, so the rest are times, right? So the 2 times what? 18 should give us the angle. Alright, what are they? 25 times 360. So 360 times 7. So alright, angle over 360 times 2 pi r. Half the 2, 2. Oh, the 22. Alright. So I did multiply by the 22. Alright. Let me break it down piece, please. So that'll be 25 times 360 times 7. 44 times 18. All right.
Yes, sir, you're right.
Yeah. So it has
Remember,
79.
I get 63,000 divided by 792. And you
Yeah.
got to put a decimal when you round it up, it give the 80.
Yeah. Yeah. I made that error because I didn't put that 22 here by mistake. But this one could this take a while, you know. This take a while. I don't know why CXC start give the big numbers them never used to be like that, you know. But it no matter guys, that's the principle, right? Because once we find out the length for this, we can figure out how them get this because of the angle over 360, which is a fractional circle, times 2 pi r as a length, right? If I did area, we'd have do the same thing, but we'd have use the formula pi r square, which is area. So that'd be for sector.
One
So that'd
question,
be
so why did you
angle.
put 22 at the bottom and not
Because the oh, all right,
where
hold
from?
on. We have remember say we have to get rid of all of them here, you know, and get this by itself. So you got the opposite of whatever is happening. So the 360 and the 7 that are divide. So you got to do the opposite, which is times. But I also come do it in a one. So we times them here because them are multiply, because them are divide, and we divide them here, the 22, the 2, and the 18 because them are times. So you just do the opposite or the inverse. But I just come do it now one. Because it did take a while for we had the 1, 1, 1, 1. But initially I left out the 22 by mistake. So that will give you whatever them say, 80, approximately 80. Because once I get the 79.5, it's over, right? It's over the 4. So once a 5 and over, you add 1 to the next one. Alright, so that proves that. Let me see how much marks if a 3. Because this stuff, yeah, a 3. It worth the 3, guys. Because that's what I was thinking. This can't be too much process because you have to go through all of them there, find the lengths, and then figure out the formula here. Oh, guys, I could just add them something here quickly. If you want to find the length of an arc, this is how you find angle over 360. Because what happened, the arc is a fraction of the circumference. So that's why we use the 2 pi r. If you want to find the area of the sector, they didn't ask us for an area this time, but it's normally angle over 360 times pi r square. I'm trying to remember if these are on the formula sheet. Just in case they are not, please make a note of them, guys. So if we go in exam and we are asked to find anything like that, we can match it up. So make a note of it, please. All right, that was a good 3 marks. We're not like. All right, he said calculate the area enclosed. Oh, see the marks the area for sector, yeah, man. So we actually are going to do it. Yeah. So they want the area, right? Of this. So I'm going to rewrite down this one. Oh, forgot that you guys should try it first. Yeah, try it first, guys. I forgot it. Let's say calculate the area enclosed by the wire, right? Which is the sector. And clear this show say it form a sector, right? When they say enclosed now, at the area of it is. So okay. So if it's a sector, we're not gonna use the entire circle formula, right? It's the angle created over 360 times pi r squared. Remember, pi r squared would be the entire circle, but only one this fraction. Now they gave us the angle to be 79, so when I round it up to 80, much easier to use, times pi, which they gave us 22 over 7, times the radius. So all we have to do, multiply 80 by 22 by 20, 80 by 22 by 18 by 18. That's how I put that. Seems like some persons still mix up Saturday, you know. Guys, remember Saturday we start at 7:30. Alright, it's up to the top part, right? And then we have 360 times 7. 360. That give me 2520. And then we divide. So it will be 570, 240 divided by 2520. Alright, so that give me 226.285. So if we round it out to one decimal place, it will be 26.3 square meters, centimeters rather. So remember guys, sector is just a fraction of the circle. So that's why whatever angle that is created, that's what we use. We don't want the entire circle because it's a 360, right? So it's the fraction. So if it's a half semicircle, it'll be 180, right? So it's the same principle, not the entire circle. So make a note of whatever necessary. Alright, so you say a cylindrical block of cheese has a radius 12 centimeters. So then tell us a radius of 12 and have a height of 8. The cheese is divided into equal slices. The uniform cross-section of the slice of a cheese is a sector. Alright, so these are the sector, right? Just identify that right here, so don't call it cross-section. Alright, now let's say calculate the length of the arc AB. So what they want us to calculate is this little curved piece right here. So it would be angle over 360 times 2 pi r, right? So the angle form is 18 over 360. The detail we use 20 over 7 up there, so we could just continue. And of course, 2 pi r, the radius here would have been 12, right? Because this is the center of the cheese cone here. So this would be our radius. Alright, so that means it's times 12 over 1. What I suggest, guys, just multiply the top first. Then you write down the answer. But sometimes the calculator might be giving some problem. You don't want to risk it. That's why you have to know your calculator before you go exam. Know what it works, know what you can do, and what you can't do. Alright, so I'm going to do it part because my calculator, I have to do it part. Unless me I go put in a whole heap of bracket, 18 times 2 times 22 times 12. That gives me 9,504. And then 360 times 7. That will go to 2520. Alright, so 954 divided by 250, 3.7. So one decimal place, 3.8. And next 7 follow this one. And remember, this is a length, right? So here would have been 3.8 centimeter. So it's literally one like the one I do up there, so. And that was 1 mark. Can't believe that. So that is ridiculous. All right, they said determine the area of the curved face ABCD. So it's the area. Let me just kind of mark out that ABCD. All right. So ABCD would be here. Oh, go on pencil. I get you. Here, 20 something. I don't know how to fix it. Oh boy. All right. So you want to find the area for this, right? So try that one, guys, and then we can get back. The area for A, B, C, D. I'm going to unplug this and see if we can get All right, let me check out them. Uh, yeah, Moisha. All right, let's go, guys. That's the time of flying. All right, so right there. Until we stop because I have a blank space. All right, so it's a determine the area of the curve place first, A, B, C, D, right? So we already know from calculation, yeah, Paris and Moisha as well. We already know, so this part here are gonna be 8, right? Oh, I got some mouse now. All right, guys, let me try some. Try it. All right, so it says determine the area of the curved face ABCD. So as we establish, ABCD are gonna be the part here. All of this, right? It's almost like a rectangle. So this side would be opposite to this. So it will be 3.8 times 8. Let's punch it out, calculate. 30.4. I remember it's area, right? So it will have been centimeter square. So this part will go to 30.4 centimeter square. So that's the area for the curves. Yes. Next, them say, given that the area of OAB, if we go back up, is 22.6, calculate the volume of the entire block of cheese. That's cute. So this work out to a 22 point. I like that one. You have to think how did I get the entire cheese. Alright, let me see. 22.6, right? Yeah, so given that this is 22.6, calculate the volume for the entire cheese. Try that one, guys. It's a very nice one. Pause for a cause. Alright, so the one we calculate the volume of the entire thing. So make a reason to, right? If we get the volume, we know say it a go be one curve, something go right round, right? That are all the cheese that stay. It go right round. These are just one slice. Alright, cool. They gave us this part as the area. Technically, that are also the area of the base, right? Whatever it sits on, with this portion. So down here, so that'll be 22.6. But we find volume of any three-dimensional area of base times height, right? So technically, we can use this as the base, which would have been 22.6. Now the height would have been what, 8. Because they literally gave us 8 here. So that means the height at 8. So we times this by 8. Let me see what we get. Well, guys. 22.6. 22.6. Bad question, this, 22.6 times 8. All right, this give me 180.8, right? But guess what? These are just one single slice. So we need to figure out now how many slices in a cake, right? This can tell us because look, every slice we could have get how many other same something out of it if it's at 18, right? So it'll go right on to the reach 360 degrees. So that means we can figure out how many at this slice in line. Yo, I'm bad question this man. Pick up CXC for that one, yeah. I made it and I say, yo, good question this. Alright, yeah, if you divide 360 by 18. So that means that 20 of them we can get out of it. 20 of them. And the 20 of them, it have the same volume, no? So because if one give you a volume of what? Well, remember here, oh yeah, 180. That means say at 20 of them, that give you the same volume. We just times this by this. Let me just punch out my calculator. So that'll be 20 times 102.8. Alright, so the volume for the entire thing that'll be 3616. And that's our CMQ. You guys see reason though? Because remember, you know, how we find volume? Area of base times height. But we don't know if we get that area yet. So we can use this so we have to figure it out. The thing it'll go right round, right? Because it's a curve so it'll go right round. So if they give us the area for the part here, which is 22.6, we can figure out the volume for this part alone, which is 22.6 times 8. And then once of that, we can say, all right, how many 18 degrees we could I get out of the 360, which work out about exactly 20. So I get 20 of that piece here. So all we have to do, since we get the volume for this already, as this work out to this work out to 180 to 1 and a 20 of them, right? Because if you stack it the right round, 20 of them in a farm back a tin of cheese. It's a good question, man. I like it. I think it's challenging though. You have to think deep. Not so much marks your word for the party. You probably don't work many because guess what? Because you have calculate the part already. You have do the volume part already. So it kind of something. Alright. My time gone in, guys. I could see if we can. I could bypass the one here. Wait if we do. If I fit draw it, I could bypass that one. Yeah, that. Almost could have figured out that, right? Let me see if you want people draw. Like a autograph. I could try to figure out that one here. 2, 4, 6 marks. I could do that one here, guys. Likewise, last page. Yeah. This related to the one I just
This is the
explained.
one that
It
I to do
actually,
some. Some of these are the ones that I want to learn to do.
Okay. Well, we've been doing them at the first part of class, you know. That's why you were not here. When we start the marathon, like every night we put one of these. Because I know students don't like it, but kind of nice, you know. Because once you figure it out, you're good. Because when you can't figure it out, you're not get no marks. So that means like you get all marks or you not get no marks. Alright, so it's a number of dots, the number of unit lines that are forming each diagram L form a pattern. The pattern for D and L for the tree diagrams are written in the table below. Study the pattern, numbers in each, and then answer this, right? First thing, guys, we have a mids in a column form like this. So for example, this a plus 3, right? This a plus 3. So that means them times by 3 for the number of dots. So that'll be 3n. Yeah, may I use the first one as my example. When n are 1. Because that's the smallest number, right? So we know so 3n, we are looking for x. I want to find out what them do to 3n. Them add 5, them add 2, them add 3, whatever, to give us this, right? And then basically now n, it'll be 1 because I first one. So we substitute 1 to n, so that's the one we are using. Plus x. So you see we have one unknown now. So that'll be 3 ones 3 plus x equal 5. So therefore it'll be 5 minus 3. So x is equal to 2. What this is saying now, 3n plus 2 will give us all of them here. Based on what n is. Here, so n are 2, n are 1, n are 3, n are 4, right? And we can try it. Let's look at when n are 3. If we use this formula, if we get 11. So 3 times 3 plus 2. 3 3s, 9 plus 2. Bam. What about when n are 2? Let's actually, 3 times 2 plus 2. That was 6 plus 2, 8. That means if all of them, that's how the pattern where they might use 3n plus 2. I'm going to focus on over here, so because it easier if you find all of them at first, So here we can see that the difference of 7. So we know so they times something by 7. Now I'm gonna put x this, so I'm gonna put n. So we have n plus x, and that give us for the first one 8, right? So we are gonna substitute n and 1 now, because the first one we are use 717 plus x equal 8. So x is equal to 8 minus 7. So we're saying that the value now that apart from 7n, they added 1. And we can check, right? 7 twos, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. 7 times 3, 21 plus that, 22. So for 4, easy pickings, right? Because we know it's our 3n. So 3 fours, 12 plus the 2. This is going to work out to 14. All right, next we have 7n plus 1. 7 times 4, 28 plus the 1, 29. All right. So we can use this to get them in, right? So we know that they use a formula. Let me go back to black. Black are the best color. So we have 3n plus 2 equal 59, right? So we can find this easily, because these are the n we are looking for. So now we know, so we do the opposite, which is minus 2. So 3n equal what? 57. Then we divide by 3. So that works out to 19. So we're saying that this one over here, n that be 19. So a diagram 19 that give me 159 here. So all right, how do we get this? 7 times 19 plus 1. I'm just using calculator for that. So I just me work it out.
How you get the 2? How do you
Get the what?
the equation?
19.
One, I realize where you get the 3 from, but the 2.
Oh, this we calculate here. That's 3n plus 2.
Okay, you're saying that when you find x, you get the value of
Yeah.
x 2.
That is it. So it works out to 3n plus 2. Because remember, we already know that it'll go by 3, right? So that means I literally times them and times by 3. So once we have the 3n, let me show you again. 3n, let me just call this x, because we don't know what. But we know say 3n and then do something. And then end up with the first one we are focused on. So the first one are 5, right? This may I use and this. Now because n are 1, put 1 here so. And then we do the value now. 3 ones 3 plus x equal 5. So now me that subtract 3. So we get 2. So that means in addition to multiply by this, them add 2 as well. And same thing with this. It'll go by 7, right? But we just use the first one, the 8 and the 1. And we make n be 1 because that's the easiest one to work with. Even if you had used 3, it should have worked out, but one are easiest one to work with, right? Because you just say 7, 1, 7, and you do your magic. 7 plus 1 give you 8. So once you have those, you're good to go. So that one will go to 134. Alright, the final one, let me say now, one of the diagram sequence has 148 lines. Okay. Calculate the number of dots in this diagram. Alright, so if the line are 148, so that means we can actually find 7n plus 1 equal 148. It's supposed to give it in. So 7n equal, that will be minus 1, 147. So 21. Let me check it. So this now we divide by 7. That will go to 21. But this is not what they ask for, They ask for the number of dots. So the number of dots would be this formula, right? So long story short, we get n to be 21. Everybody follow? So the number of dots actually are 3n plus 2. So the number of dots would be 3 times the 21 plus 2. So that's about 63 plus 2, which is 65. So this is the number of dots, 165. Not 165, 65. And it actually corresponds, right? So we are saying 21, 65, and
Send this
140.
paper blank to me, please, when you finish. So I could try go over it on my own, please.
Yeah, man, I can send it to everybody, guys.
It's pretty
Yeah.
simple. This is one, and I'm sure it is on paper too.
This is the last paper, but me actually just touch it. I'm just busy with classes, but it's a very nice paper, man.
Sir, please send this one so I can
Yeah,
practice
man,
on
I'll
it.
send it. I can send it, guys, along with the video. So we're gonna end here. Literally, that's what I'm fighting to do. All the regions. So I'm go back on like the vectors and the circle theorem them. So guys, as soon as I will send the video and the file. I will have to transfer the file to my laptop and then. Yeah, I can no to my phone. Me do it. So you guys will get both of them.